There it is. We got it.
My hands are cold as fuck.
Nice
Sorry about that.
Nice to meet you.
It was a pleasure.
Enjoy your stay.
I'm out.
Please try not to leave the house. I appreciate you, though.
I'm not. I'm gonna have it.
Jason's chat. 07s. We'll see you around.
07s.
We'll see you around.
Goodbye,
Gotta
dog.
clean up this house.
I'm sorry, you can take that off of there if you want. It's my granddaughter's. I
think I got it.
You got it? I don't know. That means nobody else's. Here,
I
watch.
have no idea.
Look, it just snaps right there.
Oh, I'm tripping. Nice.
It's my granddaughter. She's 4, and it makes it so the seatbelt doesn't cut off.
Oh, makes sense.
This is a little person
That is a little person.
with very long arms.
Wait, no.
Did you see that?
I did.
I don't really care how tall you are, but
It's, proportions were off.
right. He was very disproportionate. He should have been 7 foot, and something just stopped.
Damn.
Did you see how long his arms were?
Yeah, nah.
Like at
Yeah, the interesting build.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? My granddaughter's school says your shorts and your skirts have to be fingertip length. What do you do when your fingertips go to like your calves?
No idea. That would be crazy.
I think a weird chicken.
Nah, I feel you. I'm right with you though.
Like, what if that was the... I mean, I'm sure they would make provisions for him, but... All the shorts are probably not long anyway.
I feel you.
Poor guy, I'm going to
Yeah. Nah, I agree though. I mean, sometimes...
Just make sure you ask questions.
Yeah, sometimes you just question life. But you have to ask life questions.
I don't know if I have to ask life questions, but I'd like to stop and ask him some questions. But I'm sure I that way. Because if you didn't, there's nothing we can do. Do you not like Halloween?
Why not?
I was raised in New Jersey in not a very good neighborhood, and taught that if you can't see somebody's eyes, then don't trust them, because they could be like, so Halloween's a lot of masks and stuff like that.
So you...
Don't come in my house with a mask on. First of all, my husband's dog goes crazy.
Oh.
Second of all,
they're gonna get shot, huh?
No, you'll get bit, but you won't get shot. I won't. I just tell you, you can't come in
You ever had a near-death experience?
here. No, well, kinda. I just don't remember it.
Oh.
So I had my daughter when I was 21, and I was gonna have my tubes tied, so I couldn't have any more kids after I had her, because that was my 3rd and I was done. And they did the surgery and told me to stay in bed even if I needed to go to the bathroom to call somebody. And then they gave me 2 Percocets and I went to sleep.
Ah, the perky-worky.
I woke up and I had to go to the bathroom. So I'm a grown woman with now 3 children. If I get up in the middle of the night and have to pee, I just go. Like, I'm not thinking I have to ask somebody, right? Should I ask somebody? I went to the bathroom. I was internally bleeding and didn't know it.
Damn.
Got up off the toilet and I fell and I smacked my head on the sink.
Oh.
Nobody knew I was in there.
How long were you out for?
I have no idea. They think about a half an hour.
Shit.
When I woke up, the call bell to pull was on the other side of the bathroom. And like hospital bathrooms are huge for no good reason. I had to reach, push. I couldn't get up. I physically could hardly move. I had to push myself over, and I pulled the call bell with my toes, and I couldn't let it go. I was barely able to get my foot up enough to grab it and let my foot fall, so I couldn't unpull it. And they got me off the floor and put me back in bed on a sheet, because it's really all you can get in there. Damn. And my blood pressure was 25/12.
Holy
shit. Emergency surgery. I don't remember most of it. I do remember pulling call bell with my toes. I don't remember getting up to go to the bathroom, but evidently it's the only thing they could think of that happened. I don't remember them getting me off the floor. I remember them taking my blood pressure, and I know I kept saying I wanted to hold my baby, and they weren't going to let me. And the doctor said, if you don't let her hold your baby, she won't make it. Because they said, at that point I was so bad I needed something to fight for.
Wow.
So, and evidently they were rushing me in surgery. I remember seeing my mom's face, but I don't remember anybody calling her or telling them to call her. And I don't remember very much for the next couple of days after that. Evidently I was pretty out of it for a couple of days. I was getting blood pretty frequently because you have 5 liters of blood in your body, which really isn't that much when you consider this is a liter. So you have 5 of these of just blood circling your body at all times, right? I had 3.5 of it in my stomach.
Damn.
So it was all, I was huge. I looked pregnant again.
Damn. That's some crazy shit.
That's a near-death experience, but I don't remember.
My appendix almost exploded.
Oh my gosh.
I had to get it removed.
Taken out immediately?
Yeah.
That's good. It has some purpose.
Yeah, it's gone. I no longer have an appendix.
Keep an eye on your gallbladder.
Ah. I don't even know what that does.
It's it produces bile, and when it doesn't work, your liver has to overwork, so you get really sick. And if you have to have it taken out, you can't eat any fried food, or you're not supposed to. But I still have mine, so I'm not worried about it. But my daughter had hers taken out when she was 25. Is she younger than that? She might have been younger than that. But it's common these days.
Your story was much worse than mine.
It's common. Not really, because you would have been closer to death than I was. At least I was in the hospital when it happened. Where were you when you all of a sudden had your appendix blow up? I mean...
It almost did. But...
You were home?
I was at home. I thought I needed a... But... Apparently my appendix was just about to rupture, so I ate some cereal, and it made it even worse. So then I was on the way to school with a crazy stomach pain. I was like, I can't do this. So then I went into a hospital.
How old were you?
I was like 16.
And at 16 to say like, no, I gotta go to the hospital, that's,
Yeah.
That's insane.
No, it's because I had to throw up, and I threw up on the side of the road. My parents were like, oh yeah. But I have another death experience.
What?
Well, I wasn't really like, oh, I'm gonna die. But, so I was at this beach. Alright, I was on a date with this girl. Around like 1 a.m. It was like a little picnic beach date. Then everything was going well. Actually, we were having a great time. I proposed to her and everything. Had a promise ring. This is a true story, by the way. And then a crackhead comes out of nowhere, screaming at the top of his lungs at 1 a.m. Keep in mind. I'm looking at him, I'm thinking like, oh, he's gonna go away. But he gets closer and closer.
Oh, goodness.
Closer and closer. Alright. Comes up to me and her and just says, I remember he says this: why are you quoting my thoughts? I'm looking at him, I'm saying, relax, relax, relax.
Right.
But I didn't know that you're not supposed to talk to a crackhead because it aggravates them more. Now I know. But then there's pumpkins that held the blanket on the ground. I picked it, and then I kept spamming relax. So then he picked up a pumpkin and threw it on my head.
Ouch.
Yeah. But then he went away after that. She got the ick. But like, what am I supposed to do in that situation? You don't fight a crackhead. You don't know if they have needles.
There's nothing you can do. Just walk away. I can tell you something funny about crackheads.
All right.
So I'm 55. I was about 23.
Okay.
I lived in New Jersey in a not very nice neighborhood. I was raised in a not very nice neighborhood. I was one of 7 kids who were white in my school, and my graduating class was over 700.
Damn.
So I lived in an interesting neighborhood. So I grew up, had kids, got into apartment that I could afford. Wasn't a bad neighborhood, but it wasn't a great one either. And I was sitting up now. It was the 80s. My kids were with their grandparents. I've smoked my fair share of weed in my life. So I was sitting outside with my boyfriend at the time, and we were high. And I said to him, what is that woman's problem? That's when I found out what crack was, because at that point I didn't know, because it was very, very new.
Oh.
So he said, she's a crack whore. I said, a what?
Huh.
I won't even tell you where my mind went with that, but he's like, yeah, she smokes crack and she's so addicted she prostitutes for money. I said, why is she acting like that? And she said, because it makes you very, very paranoid. You think that everybody knows what you're saying, what you're doing, they can hear you, everything, and they all think the cops are after them, or everybody is after them. And I felt bad at that moment until the next day when we were waiting on the Italian Iceman, once again, high. And I decided to hide in the bushes and pretend the bushes were talking to the crackheads.
Yo.
As they walked by. I thought it was absolutely hysterical.
Yeah.
Because
You're an
they
asshole.
geeked out. Well, I didn't know. You could kill somebody that way.
Yeah.
Because crack evidently makes your heart race, and if you scare them too bad, their heart can explode.
Oh my God.
My theory was you get what you get if you smoke crack.
I mean, that's true.
I've never done it.
Me neither.
I don't, but that was my first experience too. So I knew from that moment, like, I didn't want that. So they said, once you smoke it once, you're hooked. You will eventually become a crackhead. I said, no, I will not. I will sit on my porch.
So wait, you did crack?
No.
Oh.
I will sit on my porch and smoke my weed.
So you
and
basically
live happily ever after about it.
You trolled the crackhead.
I did. Before computers.
Wow.
Yeah. There wasn't even computers then. That's why I was probably sitting out there doing it. I was bored. Bored enough and feeding for an Italian ice. Because we had an Italian ice truck that used to come around. And it was like $5 for this cup that was like this big around and like this tall. And they would mound it on the top and you just get all the different colors. It was so good.
Wow. Wow.
It's a long time ago. You won't get that for $5 anymore.
Damn, you really did that just for the love of the game.
Yeah. It was funny. Come on now.
No, I mean...
Dude. I would sit and think, I can see you. What are you doing? We know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You need to stop.
What was the...
They're coming to get you. Man, they geeked out. And they'd be screaming and in the street.
Yo.
Yeah, it was funny. I don't know how they didn't know it was me. Because, of course, doing it, I was hysterical.
You were laughing your ass off?
Oh, gosh, yeah. And talking to them. So I guess they felt it was more than one person. One person, the bushes were talking to them, and the other ones were laughing, and we would shake the bushes, and it was hysterical. Until I found out that you could kill somebody that way, and then I was like, all right, I'll stop.
Yeah. Wow.
And I would just watch them as they go by and go, dude, this guy just walked by here looking for you.
Yo. Yo. You really do it for the love of the game.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't have anything else to do.
They never, like, were aggressive towards you?
No. They're too busy worried about who's following them. Or who's looking for them. Or why the bushes are talking to them. Or...
Damn. So you never had, like, a crazy...
And they didn't care about anything other than that next hit and the fact that the bushes were talking to them. No, I never dealt with anything like aggressive that way or anything. That's just...
Wow.
Little stupid stuff. If I thought for a minute like it was somebody that was gonna go crazy about it, I would. Not totally lost my mind. But, you know, I do have kids I had to watch out for eventually, so. But yeah, I'd mess with you. You want to be stupid and do a stupid drug, I'm good. Have fun. Now I know I would never, if my kids ever tried to do anything like that, I would have beat them. And I'd be like, don't do that. Because now I know. But nobody told me it was dangerous. Nobody told me I could hurt somebody. I just thought I was messing with somebody.
What do you think about hitting your children? Like spanking?
I spanked my kids. kids. Because I do believe there are just times when you don't have time to stop and talk to them. When your kid's in a parking lot full of, like HEB, you know, people drive like crazy through there. And you hog them by the hands and they yank their hands away and go running out in the parking lot. I don't have time to have a conversation with you. I need you to learn a lesson quick. You're right. I'm tagging that behind. But I was abused, so I was careful not to be abusive.
Damn.
My one daughter, my middle child, the only one that has kids of my 3, she's abusive. But she knows I took her kids away from her, so she's got them back. And she knows I have no problem. I will go right to the courts.
Wow.
But her answer is to hit. Now, my 9-year-old granddaughter, today actually, my teacher, because in the dismissal line to go to the bus, some kid tapped her on the shoulder and she turned around and punched him in the face. Which,
shit.
Go you. But you can't do that. Now in school, they don't even know what they're going to do. It's going to be a whole investigation tomorrow. Because yes, she was mad because of something that was ongoing that they're trying to deal with, but that kid had nothing to do with it. So
someone tapped her on her shoulder and got socked.
She turned around, and evidently he's bigger than her. Which I mean, she had no idea who it was. It could have been anybody. So and she's like, well, what am I supposed to tell her? That's what I would do. I said, and you're like that because of abusive relationships. Do you want to pass that to your daughter? She's like, well, there's nothing I can really do. I said, yeah, just because you've been through it and it's something you do doesn't mean it's okay for them to do.
So how many grandkids do you have?
13.
Oh, wow. My
husband had 3 kids before we got married, and I had 3 kids. Only one of my kids has children. She had 5. 2 of them are adopted, and then she has the 3 she has now, 2 girls and a boy. My husband, their family, that's his oldest, had 2, married a woman that had 4, and then they had 2 more. So he's got 8 by himself.
God.
Yeah.
He was going crazy.
Well, 4 of them are not biologically his, but he raises them with his others. So he's got a good job. He lives in Nashville, and he has a great wife.
It reminds me of this funny story. Would you mind to hear?
Go ahead. I have 9 minutes.
What's it called? One time I was like 16 and went to this girl's house, and I needed a shit. But this is a first impression, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that.
But I had to, so I was like, oh, I got shit. So I went in the restroom, shitted, but I clogged her toilet.
Oh.
Yep. But she didn't have a plunger. So then I'm like, dig my hand into the toilet, put it into the shower. All right. At this point, the toilet's unclogged, but then another problem happens.
Now you have all that in the shower.
Yep, and the water wouldn't go down the shower drain because her hairs were stuck in the shower drain.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So I took her tweezers and tweezed out the hairs in the shower drain. Then the water went down. I washed my hands thoroughly, washed her tweezers thoroughly, and she actually never found out.
She didn't wonder why the shower was running, or did she just think it was from you washing your hands?
Probably from me washing my hands.
Did you ever tell her?
I actually told her this year. Because I don't know, it's been a story that's been lingering on my mind.
And what did she say? Are you still friends?
Not really. I mean,
she's probably like, dude, that's not okay. We can't be friends.
Like, I think we're cool, but like, I haven't talked to her since high school, you know what I mean? She said that she knew, but there's no way she knew.
Yeah, how would you know? Yeah.
Exactly. Like, literally, after I flushed and went out, I gave her a hug.
Huh?
I mean, so if she knew, why would she give me a hug?
Right. Why wouldn't she say something then?
Yeah.
How do you not have a
She just moves into the apartment.
So that's part of the first few things you get. You get it at the Dollar Tree if you have to.
Yeah.
Paper towel, toilet paper, soap, and a plunger. Like, I don't even care if you haven't done your dishes, I have a plunger.
Do you have any, like, conspiracy theories?
No, I don't go for all that.
Yeah, me neither.
I'll listen to just about anybody and their feeling about what's going on, but most of the time those conspiracy theories are so, like, far-fetched. I just want to go, do you hear yourself? Like, my best friend thinks that the man that we see on TV that they tell us is Joe Biden, isn't that's just somebody that they put on TV that we've never really seen the actual president.
One of my friends is really into pigeon theory.
Oh, that there's no new birds born, that they're all
government
sent by the.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
You would think if the government was going to send drones out for something like that, they would teach it not to poop on your car.
He says that the poop is like a tracking device on.
Oh, for the love of God, yeah, that's stupid.
And that
really
pigeons. He says that pigeons go on the power lines to recharge. And I'm telling you, he really believes in this shit. And sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it's like, what the f*** is wrong with you?
Weak-minded, or they're missing something in their life, or they don't have a way of explaining things, then that's the kind of people you can get with a conspiracy theory, because they don't have anything else to base it on. And I tell people all the time, you have cell phones, they don't need pigeons. Because my daughter wouldn't get a COVID vaccine because somebody told her they had little tiny itty bitty tracking devices that they were putting in the COVID vaccine.
Oh, shit.
To track you. I said, Brittany, you have an iPhone. They don't need.
Yeah.
I said, you're probably one of the easiest people in the world to find. Like,
yeah, I don't know why.
If they're going to use anything to track somebody, I'm pretty sure Apple would be the first one.
True.
Or Teslas.
Oh, for sure.
Because, I mean...
Definitely, our phones are definitely... I mean, I don't know. I don't really care either.
I won't own an electric car. Why? What is the purpose of that vehicle? To save on fossil fuels? How do you think we get electricity?
From fossil fuels.
Coal, oil, natural gas. So you're not saving anything. And the time that it takes to charge one of those from just about empty to full is over an hour.
Yeah,
what do I look like standing at a gas pump?
Fuck that shit, yeah.
That's why you see him at, like, shopping malls and grocery stores and places like that, because it's great. They can charge the car and go do what they need to do. When they come back, it's done.
Yeah.
But I don't know. And the batteries are not recyclable.
Batteries are recyclable.
The batteries in electric cars are not able to be recycled. So, eventually what they're talking about is when there's enough of them, they're going to take them and dump them in space. Because we don't have enough problems already.
You know, they're talking about going to Mars and living on Mars.
We can't figure out how to live on the moon. You're going to live on Mars? No, I would really like to go to a space station. I have no desire to leave this Earth, but I would really like, I don't know, to that kind of experience, to see how all of that, like, how are you growing food? How are you sustaining yourself? What do you do for entertainment? Because there's only so many people up there. You're going to sleep with one, if not two. Then what are you going to do? Because there's only 15 people. Now there's 2 of them you can't even talk to because, well, it's just weird. Is everybody sleeping with everybody? Do you share food? I mean, it's just like,
yeah,
it just doesn't sound like a...
It sounds like a experience.
Right. But people are up there for years.
That's some crazy.
They don't get to go to the movies. They don't have internet. Well,
No.
they might have internet because they're up in the skies, so they have
No skibbity toilets.
no. I wonder if they have toilets at all, like an anti-gravity type hook it to your suit thing. I don't know.
Yeah. How
That
interesting.
is a big house. He's a doctor. He's got to be, or a lawyer. I will tell you. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't have a house this big.
Really?
Nope, because I don't like people in my, like, poking around in my things, and I would have to clean it. And I don't want to spend my time cleaning a house that I hardly ever use. I would rather spend my time traveling or being with my grandkids or just outside doing something. I would buy property. I would not. Plus, all these houses are too close together. I have chickens. Like,
Oh, you have
I live in
chickens?
the country, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't live out here. I live by Colleen, if you know where Colleen is. By the Army base, Fort Caballos.
Oh, yeah.
Or Fort Hood. That's where I live. It's an hour from, if not an hour and a half from here.
Got it.
So, I have 13 chickens, 2 ducks, 2 turkeys, 4 dogs. I'm fostering kittens right now because their mom died.
Damn.
So they're only 2
R.I.P. to
weeks
the
old.
chickens.
So
R.I.P.
I don't even know who their mom was. My daughter called me and said, "Can you take these kittens?" And is this your house?
No, it's not my house, but it's a nice house. But
It's a nice car.
indeed. All right. Thank you so much.
You have a good one.
You too.
Be safe.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.
What the just happened?